and welcome. My name's Hannah Hatt and this is Holly. This is one of my clients that comes to see me at my studio here for lashes. She's wearing wispy wet look and they still look so good, and we're at week 4. So in this video, I'm gonna show you, oh wait, I was gonna ask you how you get your best retention. So Holly's lashes are at week 4 right now. Typically I do fills every 3 weeks, but I kind of wanted to push it another week to really see how great her retention is. So Holly, you wanna tell them what your secret is on how you get the best retention?
So what I do is I double cleanse them every time I go to wash my lashes. That way the first time you wash it, you get the dirt and the makeup off from the day, and then the second time is to really get in there and make sure that they're clean. And I found a big difference from when I started doing that, and they last a lot longer.
Yeah, and I did too as her lash artist. So like being the lash artist, there's a lot that you can do obviously to prep their lashes by doing a good cleanse beforehand, and what else? I mean, obviously getting a good bond to the natural lash so that there's no lifted bases and they're really flush against the natural lash. But if you're filling your client's lashes on dirty lashes and there's any dirt or makeup or any like dead skin, any sort of buildup on the natural lashes, because the false lash is basically just glued onto buildup, so eventually the lashes will just flake off. So it's so great that she is actually doing her homework. Should I say homework? But basically, yeah, so I sent home an aftercare kit and she tried out cleansing twice, and that has been a game changer for her. She's one of my clients that has the best retention because she follows this every single day. It's pretty awesome. So then you get more wear out of your lashes. So that's a little secret that Holly discovered, and now I do it too for my lashes, and it's true. It's the same thing like when you think about even removing your makeup, you kind of do your first cleanse and then your second one. Same with hair if you're doing a clarifying one. So it makes a lot of sense. So in this video, I'm just gonna show you how I remove her lashes, her grown out lashes, and fill them in with her fresh, wispy, wet look. And they look amazing on her eyes. Whenever I post like a reel of her blinking videos, I get so many comments of people literally just like, I want those. Those are so beautiful. Like, I need them. And one of my videos actually went viral of you. Yeah. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Alright, isn't Holly so beautiful? She's such a beautiful human inside and out, and I'm so happy that she is my model today. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit closer on her eyes so that I can kind of walk you through the shape that I'm going to create to customize for her unique eye shape. So she actually has this really beautiful almond and upturned eye shape. As you can see, her eyes kind of go up towards the ends, and typically I like to mix curls when I'm customizing lash sets for my clients, and I like to go up a curl on the ends to really give it a lifting appearance. But because her eyes naturally already do that with them going up, I'm just using the same curl throughout the entire set, and that is CC curl for today, and it looks so good on her. As always, starting off with a good lash cleanse. Even when my clients come first thing in the morning and they say that they cleanse their lashes, I still prep by washing the lashes before taping up, because it just makes me feel confident knowing that the retention's going to be great. I don't want to risk it if there's any bit of oil or dust, just anything left on the lashes. And yeah, so this is what I always do when prepping the lashes. To do a really good deep cleanse, what I like to do is press my finger on my client's lid and then lift up to kind of get that little lip applicator right at the base of the lashes to remove any buildup. Then when rinsing the lashes, what I like to do is use a cotton round, press it flush against the skin, right at her temple there, make sure it's pressed against the skin so that when you rinse, you are catching it and the water isn't dripping down into her ear. That's super uncomfortable. This part I find is always startling for my clients, whether it's warm or even cold water. It is pretty startling when you're laying down and your eyes are getting wet, but I still always recommend just letting them know when the water is coming so it's not like a crazy big surprise. Another recommendation I have is to wear gloves when you are lashing your clients. It's not something you really see much in this industry, but I really recommend it because our hands are resting on their heads for hours and we're sweating and they're sweating. It's just more hygienic. Now I'm going to show you how I like to open the gel pads rather than trying to pick away at it. It takes so long and it's frustrating. This tip is what my previous employer showed me at a lash salon. You just want to press and drag your thumb against your finger. Just really press them and then it slides right off so easily. It saves time, I swear. So now we're getting right into taping. I'm showing you my lovely sandwich taping method. What I like to do is place the gel pad underneath the bottom lashes and then tape right on top. So we've created a sandwich. Now when I'm taping on top, I like to go up towards the nose a little bit so that it's kind of taping down the gel pad just to prevent that area from lifting at the inner corner, especially if we're chatting. Sometimes their cheeks or their face will move a bit and it will lift right in that area. So this I find works really well. So when you're taping as well, just make sure that the tape isn't up too high into the waterline. You don't want it to poke their eye. That's really uncomfortable. You want to see a little bit of the skin, like a bit of a space there, as you can see here. And I place 3, 1, 2, 3, and yeah, looks great. And we're getting into mapping the shape now on the gel pad. I don't need to do any of like the dots on the eyelid anymore because I pretty much have her eye shape memorized. I've been doing her lashes. Wow, it's going to be 2 years now, which is just wild. But we're shaping out the wispy wet look. So what I'm doing is placing the shorter lashes on the bottom and then longer on the top. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I believe, on the bottom layer. Yes. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on the top layer. As always, I just prefer putting longest lengths to match with the arch of the brow. I find the sets just look way more flattering when you choose a longer length right at the arch of the brow. The both of them complement each other so nicely, and yeah, it honestly never fails. So that's a little tip I highly recommend you try doing. So like I mentioned, we're going with the longest lengths with the arch of the brow, and then I always kind of step down in length quickly towards the outer corners, just so it's not too long for her. And the tweezers I'm using today and almost every day is the MO isolation tweezer. It has such a beautiful curve to it, and I love it for the inner and outer corners. And then this other isolation tweezer, the BFF. These are from Untamed Artistry. Oh my goodness, this curved tweezer is so good at isolating the middle part especially. You gotta try it if you haven't. And then for picking up the lashes, I'm using the Pitch Perfect Micro Grip tweezer. It's so easy to pick up these wet look lashes with micro grip tweezer. Really any kind. It just, no lash is left behind. Highly recommend. Taping up the lids really helps so that you can see the natural lashes a lot easier, especially for lashes that are more straight or downturns, and it kind of lifts the lashes so that they're not laying up pressed against the gel pad underneath so that they don't end up sticking on the gel pad. So we've got a good clear view of those grown out lashes. This is week 4 like I mentioned, so this kind of set right here would be considered a full set. There's no way this would be a fill. The majority of the lashes are grown out, but I just wanted to show you how great her retention is. Like, they are staying on until they're ready to shed, which is just awesome. So we're going to start off by removing those grown out lashes. To remove the grown out lashes, I kind of like to grab the natural lash with one tweezer and then an extension with the other tweezer, and I'll do a kind of like little twisty or bendy. I kind of feel it out and whatever really works to remove them, but I don't recommend banana peeling from the top to the bottom, because if you've ever tried that, you'll see that it can actually split the lash in half. So really just try to kind of bite at the base of the lash to kind of break the bond, or peel from the bottom up. I highly recommend that so we're not damaging the natural lashes. So the majority of the grown out lashes are removed. Sometimes I'll find like another one while I'm going through the lashes. It's kind of hiding, but we got most of them out. So now we're going to fill them. And I'm going to show you how to pick up each lash. What I typically like to do is pick up a thicker bundle of lashes for the bottom layer, so we get a nice dark lash line, and then thinner on the top. So this is a thicker one. I can't tell you how many lashes it is. It's just, you kind of have to eyeball it, but I'll pick up about this much, then dip in the glue, and then I'll do a little swipey on the side of the tape to kind of bring the base to a point so that it's not too boxed out on the base and not poking the client's skin on her lashes. And then if that doesn't work, if I'm swiping along the side of the tape, I'll kind of feed the lashes through my fingers to bring it to a point. I'll show you again. This is a thicker bundle. Do a little swipe and we got it to a nice little point. As I mentioned, these thicker bundles I like to place on the bottom layer of lashes to give a dark lash line throughout, and then thinner on the top layer. You can use thicker throughout the entire set. It's whatever you prefer. I just really like the softness that the thinner bundles, like this little bundle here, it gives. It just looks more natural and soft and wispy, which is kind of what we're trying to achieve with this soft wispy wet look. So I'm going to show you here again. I pick up about, I think, like 3 of these fine lashes, and I use these thinner bundles for finer lashes and even baby lashes as well, if I find any like new growth lashes, and then obviously on the top layer as well for like the wispy tips. And now we're going to get back into filling the lashes. I'm just going to show you a bit of how I like to isolate. You want to have both of the tweezers working for you. What I like to do is use my dominant hand with the tweezer I use to pick up the lashes to kind of pull a bunch of the lashes off to the side, and then I can easily pick out a lash with my isolation tweezer. So I'll show you again here. See, I'm kind of pulling a bunch of those lashes aside, and then I'm able to use my isolation tweezer to pick out a lash. Oh, that is a good bond. I mean, seriously, how satisfying is that? It is so important to have a good, clean application like this. You don't want any lifted bases, because eventually they'll just flake off when the client simply brushes her lashes with her lash wand. They'll just get caught in between the little bristles and flake right off. And then also build up and dead skin can get caked up behind the base. So just focus, if that's something you might be struggling with retention, is really focus on just getting that perfect bond on the natural lash. If you notice it lifted, remove it and try again. Just keep working away at that and your retention will last so long. When applying the lashes as well, kind of just feel it out, whatever just feels right for you, whether it's on top of that lash, underneath, side to side. And your goal is always, of course, to correct the direction. If one natural lash is maybe going more towards the right and you're trying to make the whole set look smooth and straight up from the lash line throughout, always correct the direction. So see how I'm always kind of like this one, I'm tilting more towards my right so that it's not following the direction the natural lash is going. Stickies. They happen to even the best of us. Just make sure that after you place a lash and you move on to another side that you go back and you're frequently checking to make sure that they aren't stuck together. That's something that you also want to do throughout the entire set by going through all the lashes before removing your tape and gel pads and pulling apart any stickies, because that is really uncomfortable for the client and it can damage the natural lashes and pull on them, so we definitely don't want that. We're all done now, so now I'm just removing the tape on the lids, and then before removing the tape and the gel pad on the bottom, you just kind of want to lift the lid a little bit to check to see if there are any lashes that are stuck on any bottom lashes that were poking out or on the gel pad. And then remove your tape first and then the gel pad because of the sandwich we created, and this part is so satisfying. I love it. I honestly wonder if people that don't do lash extensions think everything that I find satisfying about doing lashes is satisfying for them too. I really want to know because everything from start to finish is satisfying for me. Everything from taping the lashes, removing grown outs, placing new lashes, brushing, removing the gel pad. It's just so fun. And we're all done. The set looks so stunning. Don't forget to take pictures of your beautiful artwork. And that completes this wispy wet look on my beautiful client Holly. Don't they just look so stunning on her? They're so flattering on her eye shape. And I had so much fun creating this set. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and feel free to follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm often there and sharing little tips and tricks there as well. See you in my next one.